first step to installing your Telescope Casual replacement sling is to cut the sling out of the seat rails. But before you do this, you want to make sure to take a measurement between the back of the seat rails, which will be used later to create a wooden stretcher bar. The next step is to remove all 4 seat rail plugs and set them aside for later use. When all 4 plugs have been removed, take a pair of scissors and cut the sling completely in half. After the sling has been cut in half, grasp it firmly and pull it from the seat rail. You'll need to do this on both sides. Once the sling has been completely removed, flip the chair upside down on a non-marring surface, such as cardboard or carpet. Proceed to remove the 4 lag bolts which hold the seat rail to the chair frame. Save these bolts and spacers for later use. Prior to inserting your sling into the seat rails, use pledge or soapy water to lubricate the sling so it glides through your seat rails. Making sure the bottom of the sling is facing the bottom of the seat rail, insert the sling into the seat rail, pushing and pulling until the sling is fully inserted into the seat rail. Repeat for the other side. After inserting your sling back into the seat rails, reinstall your seat rail plugs and tap them in with a rubber mallet. Using the dimension you originally took between the back 2 seat rails, cut yourself a wooden block that is 3/8 inch longer than that dimension. You can use this wooden block to spread your seat rails to insert your aluminum back bar. For this demonstration, we'll be using a spreader bar that is available from Telescope Casual. This does the same thing as the wooden bar, but is much more controllable, which makes installation of your aluminum back bar that much easier. Using the spreader bar, expand the seat rails out until you are able to insert the forked bar into the seat rail. Simply release the spreader bar and the forked bar will remain in place. Insert your leg frame over your seat rail frame, making sure the front of the legs and the front of the seat rails are in the right position. Insert a lag bolt through the frame rail, inserting a spacer over the bolt. Start the lag bolt into the hole in the chair frame, only hand tightening at first, so it grabs just a few threads. Once both lags are in, take either a screw gun, socket wrench, or open face wrench and tighten the lag bolts. Now the bolts are in the front of the seat rail. Flip the frame over, allowing the seat rail to pivot, and insert your bolts through the back of the seat rail, inserting your spacer over the lag bolt. The seat rail holes and the leg holes may not line up perfectly. You may have to push or pull the leg assembly to get the holes to line up. And again, either tighten with a screw gun or wrench. After turning your chair over, it's time to insert your forked bar into the top back of the seat frame. To do this, insert your spreader bar, as before, between the seat rails. Spread the frame apart, insert your forked bar, and then remove your spreader bar. These are the instructions for replacing the sling in many of our different armchairs. Different collections and models of chairs can vary slightly.